Happy Friday, everybody. It is Friday, the last day of the work week for a lot of us. Got some stuff to talk about today. The Deborah Collier case is driving me insane. Today, Friday, October 28th of 2022. Good to see everybody coming in. Good to be here with you guys, as always. Love you guys. Yeah. I want your guys' opinion. I want you guys' theories. We need to talk about that. What's up, everybody? How are we doing today? Good to see you guys. Good to be here. We got news. Uh-oh, Miss Lisa's got news. Crime and Justice. Well, come on up here, Crime and Justice. Let's talk about it. Bring yourself on in here. I enjoy having you up here anyway. You guys always got stuck with me over there. Come on up here and let's talk. Please do. News is good. I hope it's good. Hope it's good news, not bad news. But news is news either way. But there's a link in the chat for you, Crime and Justice, if you'd like to jump up here with me. I would much appreciate it. Besides that, your voice is nicer than mine. I'm sure they're tired of hearing my voice all the time by myself. Hola, mis amigas, ¿cómo estamos hoy? Did I say that correct? Pretty cool, though. Sounds cool. Yes, ma'am. Grab that coffee. Grab your tea. Grab your Pepsi, your Coke, your vodka, whatever you're drinking. Come on in and have a seat, guys. Dumbass Dago lost my phone somewhere. I think my son took it to school with him this morning by accident because it does kind of resemble his. So yeah, I'm kind of like out of sorts this morning, everybody. It's good to be here though. So if I'm kind of like more out of sorts than normal, that's why. When I don't have my phone, I don't know what to do. At least you guys aren't going to be disturbed by hearing the loud noises it makes. Welcome, Daisy. Thought Criminal, great to have you here. Crime and Justice, as always. Moonlight, welcome. Good to see you here. Let's see, who else do we have here? Twinkle Star, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Please get well soon. Kyra, good to see you. And for those of you that are lurking in the background, I love you too. Come on in. No worries. You don't have to jump in chat. Share this out, guys. Again, I don't have my phone, so I didn't get a chance to. So please share it out. Get everybody on in here. Let's talk, guys. I have some theories about this. Unless there's something new that's going to change it up. I've been thinking. Dangerous, huh? Dangerous, for sure. How you doing today, Thought Criminal? It's good to see you, as always. Good to have you here, guys. Happy to be here. Sorry it's late again. Seems to be my calling card. Was running around doing things for Mrs. Dago this morning and trying to get things together with this test she had to take yesterday that she passed, by the way. I'm proud of her. It's a very important test. It's a state test that she had to take that actually makes her nationally certified in what she does. Very important. I am doing okay, Criminal. I'm a little, like I said, I'm a little out of sorts because my phone is missing. I don't know how. Like I said, the only thing I can think of is that my son took it to school with him by accident this morning. But anyway, she has to do all these things once she passes the test, and she has to link for all this stuff nationally to get it taken care of, and it's a good thing. It means more money for her and things like that, which is always good for the family and this and that. I'm very proud of her though. She studied very hard. Actually, we studied very hard. I study with her all the time when she does this. When she went back to college years ago, I pretty much, I should have a degree in psychology as well, because I was doing all of her studying with her and this and that and everything else. So yes, she has 2 degrees in psychology, and now she has um, this, which she's already been a phlebotomist, and then a dialysis technician. And there's another name that goes with it too. And now she's nationally certified to do this, that, and everything else. So we got to have somebody here that does something that's important. You know what I mean? I did all my stuff early on in life and retired, and now it's her turn, I guess. So yes, Mrs. Meatball is doing her thing. So she had to run to another city to get. They had to redo her fingerprinting and backgrounds crap and stuff like that, all that stuff. So it's crazy. Schmoovy's in the house. Good to see you. Hope you're feeling better, Schmoovy. Or not feeling better, I'm sorry. I hope you're enjoying your vacation. 2 different people. Sorry about that, Schmoovy. It's good to see you guys here, though. It is. Come on in, everybody. Share it out. Like I said, my phone is missing. The Dago phone is gone. So you don't have to worry about the bat phone ringing, because I don't know where it's at. Good golly, Miss Molly. Good to see you. FGFO. That's right. Come on in, meatballs. Jump in the sauce. Hang out. Let's talk about some things. Feeling fresh. I'm home now. Lovely to see you all, as it is with you, Miss Schmoovy. Glad you're back. We missed ya. And I hope you had a great vacation, my dear. Much deserved. Fresh like a new day, correct? I hope you enjoyed it. You deserved it. And that's a fact. Good golly, Miss Molly. I pray to God that my son has my phone. That's all I can say, because I have no idea. It was sitting next to me when I went to sleep. And, well, I fell asleep on the couch watching something. And it was there. And they just leave me alone when I'm sleeping there, because it's hard to wake me up. You know, I don't sleep often. So anyway, and I woke up this morning and it was gone. And his phone is here. So I don't know. Maybe he grabbed it, because ours are both black and red, the cases and stuff. Sorry, guys. Maybe he grabbed mine on accident. I'm praying, and he went out the door with it. I just hope he takes care of it. I went through the couch. Yeah, I thought maybe the couch got hungry and took it overnight, but it's not. It's not in there. Tortitude, what's up? The creator of the word twant. Yes, love it. Yes, guys, Torty is the creator of the new amazing word twant. Just so you know. Very much love that word. Oh, Smoothie, thank you so much, my dear. Thank you. And I don't have my... Damn it, Jim. I don't have my noisemaker. Cha-ching. I guess that'll work. The conductor's in the house for the train that we don't have. Miss Schmoovy with the super chat. Love it. Good morning, Sherry Lee. Good to see you. Thank you so much for jumping in here. Much appreciated, Miss Schmoovy. Much appreciated. I am trying. Doing my best, Miss Schmoovy. Doing my best. I love your name, by the way. I think I've said that multiple times. Where'd you come up with that name, by the way? Just out of curiosity. And if it's something you don't want to talk about, then that's fine. Just asking. Beard. Good morning, Bonnie Bailey. Good to see you. I'm so glad to hear that, Sherry. I'm glad. That's something else I want to say, guys. I noticed on my community page and in my comments section, guys, all of the kind words you guys have said to me. I absolutely appreciate it. I love you guys. You guys are amazing people. Beautiful, beautiful, amazing people. The things you guys have said, whether they're true or not, because of course, I'm one of those people that don't think that I do well. I don't think that this is the greatest thing. You guys all say the opposite and say that it's an amazing stream, and you love it, this and that. I love it. Call him and see if he has it. Use your voice. Yeah. Um, I tried that, Joy. I think it's dead too. That's the other problem because it was pretty low last night, and I went to go plug it in, and then I was so exhausted I just passed out. My problem, my fault, my stupidity. We've no train, but I've got an electric wheelchair called Bumblebee and a full vape pen, so we are good to go. Damn right, Torty. Damn right. I love that. That's awesome. But again, guys, I want to thank you for everything you guys say about the channel, about me. I love you guys to death. You guys are amazing people. Thank you so much for everything you guys do for the channel as well. This channel would not be here if it wasn't for you guys. I'm just saying, I love you guys for that. You guys keep me going, doing this every day. You give me a reason to get up and do this every day, and I will continue to do that. That's a promise I've made, and I will stick to that. I will continue to grow and get better and better and better for you guys as long as I can. There she is. Good morning, Crime and Justice. How are you today?
I am good. I have my sad coffee and I am here.
There you go. There you go. You said you're sad coffee?
Yes, it's my sad coffee day.
What is sad coffee? Explain that to me.
It's keto coffee.
Oh, that is sad, isn't it? It
Yeah,
is.
it's sad.
It is sad. It's
Uh,
not real coffee. It's pretend coffee.
yeah, I'm trying to make myself believe that it's going to be okay, though. It's okay.
That's all. I'll help you with that. It is okay. It will be
Think
okay.
happy thoughts. It's okay.
Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sad
Now,
coffee's better than no coffee.
right.
So
That's
there
a
we go.
fact. At least it's got the word coffee in it.
True. Very true.
That's what we go with that way.
Right.
Miss
It's the
Molly.
lies you tell yourself. It'll be
Yeah,
okay.
that's right. That's exactly it. Thank you, Miss Cece's in the house, the sweetest lady on the internet. I appreciate that with the super sticker. I
Super
am
stickers.
super sticker. That's right.
Oh, here we go. Ready?
There we go. Yes.
I don't have a train, but that's close good as you're going to get.
Well, see, I got these sound
It's
effects.
close as you're going to get right there.
That works better than anything. I got that whole cha-ching noise that comes from my phone, but my phone is missing, so we can't do that. So therefore, you don't have to
Uh-oh.
worry about hearing the loud ass bat phone ringing either. That's a good thing. So
Well, maybe it did you a favor,
yeah, yeah. Right. I got to do
possibly.
the thing. I'll get it together. It
So,
is what it
what's
is.
the good news today? What's up?
I don't know. I thought you said that you had news.
Well, we do have a little bit of news.
All right. That's what I
We
wanted to.
are watching for some updates on Delphi, finally.
That would be awesome. That would be
Yes.
awesome. That
Rumor
would.
around the campfire is there's going to be a press conference early next week because there's some movement going on there.
Okay.
So, we're going to have to wait and see if that holds out. But
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I
That
know
would.
we've been told that before and got our hopes up, then it was like pulled out from under us. So,
Always. Yes.
but even the family is posting it. So, hopefully, this time it's true.
I think that makes it sound a little bit more stable, a little more secure.
Right.
Thank you, Miss Sherry Lee, once again for the super sticker. Awesome, awesome. Thank you, guys.
There you go.
Here we go. Yes. Forever Trolling says they've arrested someone.
Yeah,
Really
that's what I'm being told as well.
awesome. Welcome, Forever, by the way.
That's what I'm
Welcome.
being told is that somebody has been arrested, but they're not going to release an official statement until Monday, which I don't know why they're waiting, but
because they want to drive us insane and have us go through the whole weekend wondering who, what, where, and why.
Right.
Because that's what's going to happen. We're going to go insane thinking about this, and then Monday, hopefully, it's something that's good, though. Mm,
I
that's good
hope so.
news.
Finally.
Yes,
I
yes,
mean,
yes.
they've been waiting so long.
Yeah, I know. Just for the family alone, like I pray that it is something that is going to give them a little bit of, oh, I don't want to say closure yet, but some kind of something to grab a hold of. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it'll be the first step
Yeah. Yes. At least that.
because when it comes to trial and all that, it's going to take years. I
Oh
can
yeah.
guarantee it's going to be years.
We're talking about the Delphi case, Sherry. The two little girls. Another sad one. Very sad, as all of these are. Today I was going to talk about the not to drown things out or to drag things on. Good morning, Miss Gladys. Good to see you. Welcome again. The Debbie's case, Debbie Collier's case. After listening to you guys yesterday talk in regards to it, I had some things that popped up in my head, but I went back and I was watching something, and it kind of, which I'll show you guys here, um, made me think. And I guess it could kind of, as much as I don't want to accept the whole self-harming situation, I
Right.
guess, there are some things that could be with that. As we know, I'm a retired fireman, so on and so forth, and the whole conversation in regards to the flash fire, things like that, I do know a little bit about that, and I was thinking about that. Excuse me. Thank you very much, Miss CC. I appreciate that. And that unfortunately can cause, depending on how it, you know, happened, can cause some serious things, which we will get into. I was kind of trying to give it a few minutes to get some people in here, but it looks like we're pretty full now. So at least for now, I may get rolling here in a minute. But it made me think. I went back to the with the sheriff that looks like me. Everybody said I looked like him or whatever it was.
Right.
An interview they did with him, and one of the things he said right at the beginning, I'm going to show you guys here in a minute. And it kind of threw me for a loop and made me wonder what was going on with the investigation that things changed. So that's what we're going to kind of talk about. It is definitely a strange case, Gladys. It very much is. I think if you're talking about the one we're talking about now, and the other one was too, Delphi for sure. But if you're talking about this one, it definitely threw everybody for a loop and kind of threw us all off. Richard Allen is arrested in connection to Delphi. That's what they're saying, I guess.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
rumors I'm hearing. That's the information I just found.
Yep, yep, yep. Well, hopefully that is something good then, and it sticks. Hopefully it sticks. All right. Where is? Did you
So
guys go on? I'm
you
sorry.
think it's actually possible that she did harm herself? Is that what you're thinking now?
Um. Well, here's the thing. I was thinking about this yesterday. Okay, when you guys, right while you guys were talking, I was thinking like, why would she hurt herself? How would she hurt herself? Why would she do this? I mean, and we don't know what went on in her personal life with Steve. We do know that her daughter drove her insane, I'm sure, and I'm sure there were some issues that were going on with her and Steve because of Amanda and
Right.
and, and Andrew. Okay, I mean anybody knows that knows anything about this case that her daughter is a spoiled brat, that she doesn't take care of herself, she never has, she causes nothing but trauma in the family that came from the brother as well. And I'm thinking like maybe I mean, I don't. This is still hard for me to go with because I really don't trust this. I don't trust that she did this to herself, but it could have been a combination of both. In a sense, that it could have been a combination of an maybe she was trying to do something, and there was an accident that happened with this. Now, there were rumors we heard finally that there was a, which kind of bothered me that it took this long to do it. But about the gas can pieces possibly, or a device that holds gas could have been there, or some kind of an accelerant. Okay, they said they smelled gas and so on and so forth, which I always wondered from the beginning if and why there was no accelerant, because paper towels are going to burn out. They're not going to catch unless you really get them going. It's very hard to start a fire like that, and it was wet in that whole area, so I was having issues with the way the fire got going without an accelerant. Now, after hearing about the flash fire situation, I was thinking back to some different instances that I've experienced. Um, Say, for instance, there was a small gas can. Okay, now follow along with me on this because
All right.
it's got to be something you can picture and understand. But I'm sure you'll get this because it's not hard. You roll up the paper towel roll, for instance. You take those, pull some off, and you twist them into like a, I don't know, like a snake. Okay, roll
You
them up.
twist them. You're saying use them like a wick and put them down in the gas can.
Yes, ma'am. There we go. Okay. Now again.
Yeah, I kind of know where you're going there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if she sat this down on the ground, did that, lit it, and it went down into the can, if it did it, very hard for that to happen because, again, paper towels they're not thick enough to stay burning. They burn up fast. Okay.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying it had to be the paper towels either. It could have been something else. But again, this is my thought that that happened. She kind of wicked it and let it burn up into the can. Now, here's something a lot of people don't understand. If you guys know this, that's great. Some people do get this. A lot of people don't understand it. Fumes burn before liquid burns. Okay. Believe it or not, the fumes from the gas is what catches the fire, not the actual liquid itself.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean that's the
yeah.
whole reason. Like where you see gas tanks exploding in
Mm,
movies, like it doesn't happen.
nope.
That's
It
not at
will.
all real.
Nope. It will not happen that
Nope.
way. So
Oh, believe me,
vapor.
we've tried it. It doesn't work.
Yeah, right. Vapor is where the accelerant catches. Okay, so the vapor, the fumes, whatever you want to call it, that'll grab. Well, what happens is because the fuel or whatever the accelerant was, gas, we'll say, is down in that tank. Once it burns into there, if it catches that vapor, it's gonna suck it in and suck all the oxygen out of it and kablow. It's gonna blow up first of all. Okay, but when it
Right.
does that, it sucks all of the oxygen from that area away from that area. So the soot that was in her nose, okay, once, right, Shumubi, exactly it. The vapor catches first, hence, don't light a cigarette in a gas station. Boom, right. So if she was like, say, she was bent over, sitting around this whole thing that she burnt or lit on fire, maybe per se, and it blew like that. And when it blows, like I said, okay, perfect instance. Anybody in here that's in our age group has seen the movie Backdraft.
Right.
Okay, when they open a door in that movie and you hear that whoosh, kaboom, okay, it sucks out all the oxygen. There's no oxygen inside that house right at that point. That's why the fire burns down to nothing. As soon as you reintroduce oxygen into that fire, it's boom, that's all it needed. Okay, this is the same thing. A flash fire is the same type thing, but what it is, it does not burn steady. It'll suck in whatever oxygen it can grab. That's why they call it a flash. It will flash over and then it's out for the most part. Now, if it catches to something that's flammable when it flashes, then yes, you're going to have a fire. Okay. So, what could have happened is that she was either bent over, like sitting with this in between her legs, or sitting on something and it was down, like in the little area she was where they said they see the fire was per se, and did something like that, and it flashed and it went up into her face, which could have smothered her in
Yeah.
essence, okay, and taken, you know what I mean. And that could have been the issue right there. But and that's why she had the burns on her stomach like she did. Okay. And I think there was something more to it still. I still think she may have had a cardiac emergency, possibly, or a cardiac incident, I guess you want to call it, however you look at it, that went
Right.
with. I personally think that still. That's just me though. But now, as far as that goes, that's what I think could have happened. Um, I can't get on this train either. I get it, thought. I do. I do. I don't think anything about. Uh, I don't think she was cooking meth. I don't think anything like that. I just don't. I can't put that together with her, guys. It just doesn't fit for me.
No, not at all. And but what gets me though is like that was the very first question that was asked. Does she have any history of mental illness? Does she have any depression, anything like that?
Yep.
And the family was quick to come out and say, no, never, nothing like that. She was always happy. She was always, you know, okay.
Yeah.
So I think
Well,
that's what makes it so hard to understand. But,
right. Right. I agree. 100. I absolutely agree. Let's put this up here real quick.
and I'm
Um,
just saying, if somebody chooses to end their life, there's got to be a lot more peaceful ways of doing it than trying to light yourself on fire.
well, I'm going to tell you right now, too, something I said in chat yesterday with that whole thing when you guys were talking about it. People don't light themselves on fire, guys. They just, it's not, yeah. Doug referenced Richard Pryor and things like that. People that are on crazy drugs have done stupid things like that. Yes. You know,
Right.
I agree with him on that one. You know, that's what Richard Pryor did in that sense. But people do not light themselves on fire realistically. It doesn't happen on purpose. Okay. Uh, I know we've seen in movies where people will take a gas can, dump it over their head, and they'll light a match. I mean, that's a movie, guys. That's what it is. You know, it's a theatrical event that people don't do that because it's not, the pain is so intense. Anybody that wants to end their life per se is already in pain
Right.
emotionally, mentally, whatever you want to call it. Well, they don't want to cause more pain to themselves. They want to be done with it. They want to be out of it. They want to be away from the pain. So in turn, you're not going to do something like that you know is going to take a while because it is. That's not something that's instantaneous. You know, you're going to suffer through that whole scenario until it's done. Now, if in turn, you know, like what I think possibly could have happened in her scenario, in a sense, the shock will cause other things to happen. Not that you can plan on that when you're doing it. Like, well, I know if I do this, it's going to hurt so bad, I'm going to have a heart attack. No, that's not how people think.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I really don't think her son, Jeffrey, I don't think he's really buying this either.
He's not. He's like the
I
rest of
mean,
us
that's
because
why he keeps trying to reach out to law
yes,
enforcement for answers.
hmm
So I don't think he's getting on board with this whole unaliving situation either.
right, and that none of us do feel that way, based on what we know about Debbie and what we've seen about Debbie.
Right.
If okay, she could be hiding her life, and she could be hiding the pain in her life. I get it. Okay, people are good at that sometimes.
Well, yeah, I
Not
mean, because kind of brings me back think too about Robin Williams.
uh, right.
People didn't put it together and realize that he was having issues either.
Exactly. Him, Chris Farley.
Right.
A lot of comedians are that way. They're suffering with depression, anxiety, things like that, which is why they do what they do for a living. Um, it kind of helps them. But yeah, Robin Williams is a good circumstance to talk about because nobody in the world ever knew he was going through what he was going through because of who he was and how he acted all the time. You know.
Right.
So, like I said, it's very easy to hide if you have emotional or mental pain going on in your life. I get it. But at the same time, her actions before this the whole Family Dollar scenario and stopping to have lunch or whatever she did with that at the Chick-fil-A thing, none of that fits into the category of somebody that is thinking about ending their lives. It just doesn't. I mean, there's steps. I'm not saying that there's like a specific list you go through,
Right.
but in cases I've seen in the past that I've dealt with, there's steps that lead up to this that usually mean that's what's going to happen. Okay, and believe me, guys, there's differential or different ways to look at it. Like people that come out and broadcast it and talk about it typically aren't going to do it. They want attention. They're feeling bad. They want somebody to come to them and say, hey, what's going on? Are you okay? That's why they say things like that. And yes, it's true. People that are going to actually do it typically kind of keep it quiet for the most part, and then they just
Right.
do it. That's how that works. So that, therefore, I can see that in this case, how they could say that, but I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Okay. I can't. Okay. Let's look at it this way, too, because I still think the whole jersey she was wearing, okay, and the visor and the way she was dressed that day, that is showing happiness in a sense, I guess we could say. She's supporting something that she really loves, right? The football team. And I
Right.
still
I
think,
mean,
go
I don't know.
ahead.
I wonder if that was like her, I don't know, favorite outfit, her favorite clothes, her most, what
It
she
could
felt
be.
most comfortable in, something like that, maybe.
Yeah, that's very possible too. Um, I feel like if she was, and you're absolutely right, and you think about it that way. I just
I
feel
mean,
like
it wouldn't be my choice of the most comfortable outfit, but hey, if she's
no,
comfortable wearing skirts in the woods, good for the, go ahead, go for it.
right, right. I mean, I don't know. It's just hard for me to envision somebody that's going to do that, getting dressed in the morning to support the football team or football game.
Right,
That doesn't fit with me. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm gonna, if you're, I'm thinking like if you're gonna do that, you're gonna just like it's whatever. I'm not gonna do my hair. I'm not gonna. You're not gonna do any of that stuff. You're just gonna go do it. You know what I mean?
right.
So I don't know. That's just a thought I had on that too. But I want to play this here real quick. Well, real quick, and then we're gonna wait a minute. Get ready for football. Get some chicken. Go to the dollar store. Send a vendor. Set cell phone. Yeah, it makes a whole lot of sense, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying, Spooby. I agree with you. Um, yes, we got that. Lisa, thank you for that. That there's been an arrest possibly. That's what we were just talking about right before you come in here. But thank you very much, ma'am. Yeah, and the Venmo too, Shmooby. I got you on that one. Let me pull this up here real quick, you guys. I hope to God the audio works. I'm gonna give you guys a present. I mean, present. I still
Hmm.
don't know why they changed that. Whatever.
I know. The first time I saw that, I was all excited. I was like, "Ooh, Christmas!"
Right, we get
I was
presents.
like, "Oh,
Right.
not what it was."
Exactly. And that's where we're going to go with this, Squirrel. That's my theory. Exactly what you just said. And that's what I was going to say, guys. If it was a self-inflicted scenario, I can go along with it only because maybe here's the thing. If you have life insurance, they're not going to cover the policy if that's the scenario. If that's how you left the world, they will not cover that policy. Okay, so you have to make it look like it was not what it is. So maybe if she did it, I'm still not saying I think she did it that way. Okay, but what I'm saying is if that's what she was trying to do and she wanted that policy, maybe the policy's in Amanda's name. Okay, and she was trying to help her daughter start her life, whatever. And yes, see, I told you everybody thinks that me and this guy look like twin brothers. Anyway, so she made it look like something happened to her, which would make sense as to why she sent the "they're not going to let me go" to make it look like she had been abducted, possibly. And she's off it. She's going to do this to herself to make it look as if somebody else did it to her so that the life insurance policy will pay out. Because if not, it won't pay out on a self-induced scenario. Do you know what I'm saying? That would be the way I would follow this. Um, but again, yeah, that's true too. Thought nobody still knows where that money went. Are you still there, Crime and Justice? Hello? No? What happened? Can you guys still hear me? What's going on? Are we here? Oh my lord, what is going on, guys? Yes, no? Where'd you go? Where did Crime and Justice go? Where is she? She just disappeared. Maybe she tried to check something, and when you're on StreamYard, if you do anything, it takes you right out. Oh, well, damn, that sucks. Electric went out. They're trimming trees. Sure do. Jake, he was in here for a long time. Those twints. That's right, Daisy. That is right. Well, all right. I'm sorry to hear that, Crime and Justice, but thank you for being up here. If you can come back in, you're welcome to jump back up here with me. Anyway, let me get this over and get this played real quick. 1 second. And listen closely to what he says right here in the beginning, guys. That's why this bugs me a little bit. Okay. And please let me know if you can hear it.
At this time, there is no evidence to suggest or support that this incident was related to a kidnapping or that this was a suicide.
Okay, from the beginning, not a kidnapping, not suicide. Then, 9 days later, September 30th, we got this update from the sheriff.
There is no information or evidence to this point that shows that this was something random, that there was something that was not from somebody that she either knew or somebody who she had some association with. That's what we're seeing at this time. So based on that information, we do not believe that this is a random act of violence. We do not believe that this is the act of a serial killer. We believe that this act was deliberate and personal.
So there, it seems we're investigating a murder that seemed to be deliberate and personal, right? Now, I want you to take a look on the screen. This report from Habersham Now, who's been covering this case in depth. And it says a 6-week-old murder investigation in Habersham County may not have been murder after all. Sources close to the investigation into the death of Debbie Collier now say she may have died as a result of an accident or suicide. We may live in a world where we never know for sure, the source says. Wow. Like, I was not expecting that tonight. Let's bring in our guest, try to make some sense of this. Joining me tonight in Clarksville, Georgia, reporter and publisher for NowHabersham.com, where we got that information. Joy Purcell is with us. In Jacksonville, Alabama, professor of forensics at Jacksonville State University, former senior investigator for the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office, and the host of the Body.
Sorry, guys. Thank you, Lisa. Wake up, Dago. Now, guys, at this point, as I was saying, crime and justice, I hope it all works out. I hope they did not cut right through your electric line doing that. That's crazy. But if you can, please come back on up. Um, that's very possible right there, thought criminal. She says, I feel like her son was the source of that article with the may never know the truth comment. I agree with you. I do. Um, is everything okay, Sherry Lee? They froze. I paused it. That's what happened. Try to hear me and see me now? Everything okay? Yeah, I'm sorry guys for all these things that happen. My internet company is the absolute worst one you could possibly have on the planet. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry about everything. I apologize ahead of time for it. It sucks. So my apologies, guys. I'm trying to get a better company out here. The whole township out here we're trying to get the oh my god, I can't even think of their name right now. They're the biggest company in the United States, at least one of them, and we don't have them because we're in a township, like a rural area. That's why we have to settle for who we have. It's either this or CenturyLink, and CenturyLink is way worse than this. So my apologies, and I pray to God that one of these days, because we did a petition to try to get them out here. I can't think of their damn name. It used to be Time Warner Cable, and it's somebody else now. But anyway, starts with nope, not Verizon. We can't get that out here. Thought we can't get any of the phone companies out here, but it's what it is. So that's what I want to know too. Squirrel is the toxicology spectrum. Thank you, Lisa, very much. Spectrum, it's Spectrum. Yes, that's who we should have out here, but we don't, and we have their lines out here. They just won't link into because they said there's not enough customers, so they won't run the lines from the where they have them to the houses, and it's like. It's a drop line, you guys. It takes literally 20 minutes to do that. If you have a customer that wants to pay to have it, then what's up on the mic? Good to see you, brother. Then why don't we have it? So no, people like me have to suffer through it. And I've told them, like, this is what I do. I need the best internet I can get. My son needs it for his schooling, his homework, and stuff like that. They don't care. So I don't know. Yes, the greatest country in the world. That's right. So anyway, let's get back to this. But anyway, that's why I was explaining all that. I wish that we could get it out here, Sherry. It doesn't make sense. My parents live in a rural area. They have it. That's what I was going to say too, Lisa. Once we hear what they have to say, I think that might explain it a little bit. But they should. No worries, Pamela. No worries whatsoever. Welcome. It's good to have you here. Again, same with you on the mic. Good to see you, brother. Welcome, everybody.
Bags podcast. Joseph Scott Morgan with us. And in Los Angeles, California, retired FBI Special Agent Bobby Chacon. Great to see everyone. Joy, let me start with you. I was not expecting this. I don't know if anyone was. So this now, we don't even know if we're looking at a murder at this point. Is that what you're hearing?
That is what I'm hearing, Vinny. Of course, we have not received the autopsy report. We still don't know the official cause and manner of death. There are still a lot of unanswered questions in this investigation. But at this point, having spoken to several sources very close to this investigation, it appears that this may be something other than what we have all suspected and been told by law enforcement from the beginning, which is that
Thank you,
this is a murder
Schmooby.
investigation.
All right, Joseph Scott Morgan, you've been at way too many death scenes, right? But I want you to take a look at this. This is from the Habersham County Sheriff's Office. Let's remind everyone about the scene here of Debbie's death. Habersham County Sheriff's Office K-9 unit responded to the scene and initiated a search. The search resulted in locating a red tote bag, partially burnt blue tarp, and eventually the victim's partially nude and burnt body grasping a small tree down a ravine. The victim was deceased. Joseph Scott Morgan, remembering that and now understanding that this investigation is taking an unexpected turn, how do we make sense of this? What's going on?
Welcome, Jen. Good to see you. And here's the other thing, too, you guys, real quick before we get into that. Why did it take them so long to find the accelerant receptacle, gas can, whatever it was that they used? Why didn't they get that immediately? I don't understand that. Okay. Welcome, love, life, love, and true crime. Great to have you here. And guys, yes, please hit that like button, guys. Let's get flowing in the right algorithm so I can keep going with this and we can keep on doing what we're doing. Good to see you as well, Jen. As I was saying, I don't understand why it did take them so long to find that. You know, on a scene like that, that's the first thing you look for. If it was burnt up in the fire, okay, I get it. But there's going to be pieces of it. It's not going to completely burn up. They should have scoured that scene looking for stuff like that. Jerry Lee Lewis passed away. Are you kidding me? Damn. Well, rest in peace, Jerry Lee. I'm a big fan of his. Always have been. Thanks for that info, Torty. So, again, that was something that bothered me. And that one, the fact that was like that happened, then we had the bullet that just appeared one day. After the fact, the gloves that were left all over the place. I'm starting to wonder how how good law enforcement is in this situation. You know, and if we think about that, let's think about the police officer that didn't stop the day before, that just let things happen. And Doug has said it multiple times. I agree with him too. Debbie might be here right now if he'd have done what he was supposed to do and stopped and checked it out. He could have walked in and stopped it, saved her, whatever the situation was. It could have been prevented, guys, if he would have done his job. So that tells me on that scenario that the rest of the law enforcement agency that was in charge of this may not be doing that good of a job. That bothers me, but it's not surprising because we see that a lot now. With all of these cases, we've seen it quite a lot. What are you going to do? Yes, the bullet. Well, Sherry, that came back that they had smelled gas on her clothing or on her person somehow. Well, if that's the case, why wasn't that talked about in the beginning to begin with? Wasn't there a red shotgun? I don't know about that one, Lisa. All I know is about the one shell they found that was silver. It was a Full Metal Jacket. I don't know. I don't know some of these questions, you guys. I wish I did, because some of those questions, if we had answers, would change things, I think. So back to what they're saying. Let's get through this and we'll finish this up.
Well, you know, the problem is that we still are absent an autopsy report and a tox report at this time. And Vinny, it's not like this was done in a vacuum. You know, they were both done, both of these tests, well, the examination and the testing are both done by the GBI. It's literally one section that's across the building complex from the other. So it's not like these two are not communicating with one another. I don't understand what the, you know, kind of what the holdup is relative to this. The police are obviously exploring, you know, because they're kind of the gatekeeper here relative to any further information that's going to come out. And I think that they're exhausting everything they have. What's very interesting to me, Ben, is that now they have an arson investigator in this case, and the clothing that was found at the scene, they did detect the presence of accelerant there. And, you know, the shirt, I think, which we've talked about at length, and that's something that can specifically be kind of sussed out in all of this. And one of the things we're going to be looking for when that autopsy report comes out, two things. First off, we're going to hear about her lungs. Is this something, did she inhalate anything? And generally with fire-related deaths, you'll have soot in the airway and down into the lungs. And secondly, they're going to run a test called a carboxyhemoglobin level.
Hemoglobin, yes.
And essentially what they're looking for is carbon monoxide in her system. And that
the carboxyhemoglobin test is very important. I was going to mention that, but he did it. So that will show if in her lungs, if she actually inhaled the vapors from, along with the soot that they saw in her nose from that Miss Cece came along again with the super sticker. Thank you so much. Appreciate that very much. Yes, Lisa, I agree with that. I'm getting ready to comment on that too. Thank you, Miss Cece, again for the super sticker. Very, very much appreciated. Um, very much appreciated. I love you guys. Very much, guys. This helps out so much. You guys are awesome. But that test is very important, and I want to hear what her lungs looked like and what was in her lungs on the autopsy. I don't know why it's taken them so long with the autopsy. It doesn't make sense to me. The toxicology, I really don't even care. I mean, I'm curious, but I don't care. I want to know what the actual autopsy. I want to know what her lungs and her heart looked like. That's the thing I'm most worried about. Okay. We need the autopsy. We should have had the autopsy, if nothing, you guys. Which tells me there's something. We probably don't because they're struggling now. You can tell. They're weighing. Was it a self-induced situation or was it a murder? Okay, they can't figure it out. Come on now. Let's get it together, guys. This is what you're trained for. This is what you guys are there for. It shouldn't be that hard, but it is. And that's the problem we have with this. Again, Miss Cece with the super sticker. My Lord, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you, Miss Cece. Very much. Yeah, this is crazy. Exactly, Daisy. Come on, Ellie. Let's get it together, guys. All of these law enforcement agencies, Dylan's, this one, Kylie's. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. And you know what? I really had faith in this agency when this first started. I thought they were great. The detective, all of that. I'm losing faith once again. I'm sorry to say it, but I am. We should not have to lose faith in our law enforcement agencies, guys. We should be able to trust that they're there, for one, to serve and protect us. For two, to figure out things when they do happen to us. We can't even trust that anymore. I'm sad to say it, but it's a fact. I don't trust any of them anymore because of these things. If you can't figure it out on your own, then you go get somebody that can. It's not that difficult. There is specialized agencies all over the place. Everywhere. Go to them. Bring them to you. You know, FBI. FBI has they have facilities all over the place. They have the resources that they need to figure these things out. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Sorry, I'm rambling again, but these drive me insane. We need answers, and we need the real answers so that we can get, as I always say, true justice, guys. That's what's important in these cases is true and real justice. Not the bullshit that we get. I'm sorry to say it, but it's a fact. They may just be getting their ducks in a row with autopsy. And I hope you're right, Squirrel. And I've thought that too. It's just so frustrating to get these things. And that's a fact. It's hard to have patience because of what we've been through, guys, over the past few cases that we have had. That's why we're all so impatient with this. It's a fact. We know that, but we have to have patience. She's right. And I appreciate that thought, Squirrel. I really do. Welcome, Kelly. Good to have you here. Good to see you. Not a whole lot. Yeah, that's a good way to put it too, Squirrel. And a lot of people get impatient because to some people, this is a form of entertainment, okay? I get that. But it is, like she says, guys, it's not like a TV show where it happens all in one episode. Okay? So, yeah, that's true too, Miss Sherry. Since COVID hit, the work ethic has changed a lot. It really has. Now, I don't know if that's the case in this scenario. I'm just saying, I agree. I know what you're saying. Let's get this going again.
That is kind of a derivative of a fire burning, and you're inhalating that along with the debris. So that's going to be real critical as well. And those tests are easily done. It should be turned around pretty quickly. I mean, we've already got the arson results.
Yes, Kelly, I did.
Back. So we're just kind of sitting back and waiting right now. Then,
Bobby Chacon, there's a you've got the video of her 15 minutes away. It takes her 45 minutes to get there, but 15 minutes away at the Family Dollar store. We've got this cryptic message that she sent. They won't let me go. She sends money to her daughter after she exits the store while she's in the parking lot there. I can't put these pieces together.
Yeah, they don't seem to fit, right? I mean, that's the problem here. They don't seem to fit. They take you in different directions, right? Is it an accident? Is it a suicide? I would almost set up two investigative teams: one to follow the narrative of a possible accident, and the other the possible suicide. And obviously, those two teams would look at this from different angles, and you see what physical evidence supports each one of those, and then you move down those roads. There's also reporting that initially there was not a gas can, but then they went back and they found remnants of a gas can under where that burned car was. So, it's highly unusual for a woman to commit suicide by burning themselves, by setting themselves on fire. When you see the statistics on suicide, that is one of the fewest ever that take place. Setting themselves on fire, anybody, but especially among women, it's not a common way to do it. So you
I agree, Squirrel.
all of those things in. It looks like she might have, the fire started in the car and then she was able to get out of the car. When people are on fire, they tend to run, which unfortunately doesn't help. We always say the drop and roll to put out the fires. You're running, you're actually feeding the fire. So if she was running towards that ravine and grabbed it as she was burning, we don't know. But, I would set up two different investigative teams to look at both of those and kind of do it separate and see where those things lead. Of course, we're not going to know until, all of this comes out. And Vinny, I'm loath to make investigative information available publicly because oftentimes it seems like the investigation's going in a lot of different ways, and it is. We don't have a narrative. Later on in a trial, you'll hear the narrative, but in the early stages of an investigation, we have to go in every different direction that it takes us. So sometimes it looks disheveled, but that's the nature of the process. And so we have to kind of follow all these things. That's why you heard 2 weeks ago that this may have been a murder investigation, and now you're hearing it's something else, because different things develop early in the early stages of an investigation. Doesn't mean they're not doing their job. Doesn't mean they don't know what they're doing. It just means that these things are a mystery, and you have to suss out each one as it comes up. We know certain things. Doc is really good at as doing the science of it, but then there's the other things of it. I would be investigating whether she had any mental health issues in the past. Did she see a counselor, a therapist? Because that cryptic message, I'm not saying that she heard voices. I'm saying she's referring to somebody when she says, they won't let me go. Who is the they that she's referring to? And did she ever have issues like that in the past?
Big part of all this. All right, our guests are staying with us. We're going to talk more about this when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
Sorry once again, guys. Again, yes. And that is an important question. Is if was there any type of mental health in the past issues that she had? That being said, I put an email in to Debbie's sister. Okay, whether or not she responds to me, I don't know. Of course, I first went in, offered my condolences about the entire situation, and explained to her that, who I was and what we're trying to help law enforcement figure out the situation as to what happened to her sister. Because everybody, we know that the family wants answers. They need answers. Okay. Again, I don't know if her sister will respond to me or not. But it's worth a try. And I was just going to give her sister the option to tell Debbie's story to me, in regards to what we don't know about Debbie. Maybe her sister knows if there was any kind of marital problems with her and Steve, or if there was any mental health in her past or anything like that. Just any little bit of information would be awesome to have. So if I get a response, you guys would be the first to know. And of course, with her permission, I'll do it right here live on a stream, and we'll have the interview and talk to her. It would be nice. I don't know I can't promise. And like I said, I've done this in the past with other situations, and I don't really get too many responses because people are either mourning or they just don't want to be bothered with us. And I understand. And I'm not going to push it or anything like that if that's the case. So just hope and pray that she does contact me, and maybe we'll get some answers that way. Yeah, she did have health and back issues and was given pain medication. Now that's another option, you guys. If she tried to do something to herself, I think Doug had mentioned that yesterday too on his stream, that maybe she had taken all of her pain medication and was hoping that that was going to take her down, and then was hoping to light herself on fire or something after she went out, and it didn't work that way. It was and these things are hard to do. I mean, it's not something that you're a professional at figuring out to self-inflict certain things on yourself. It just happens. And I don't know. Like I said, my thought, the only way that I'll follow this along, that with this being a self-inflicted scenario, is if she was trying to, Debbie herself was trying to cover it and make it look like it was not self-inflicted so that her life insurance will pay out. Because if it's not, if it is self-inflicted, they don't pay out, guys. And maybe she has Amanda as her beneficiary, and she's trying to help Amanda out to get her life going better. And this is why she's doing it. I mean, this is a theory. Very speculative. I still don't feel that this was self-inflicted, guys. I don't. Accidental, very possibly, but why? What was she doing that this accident happened? That's why that doesn't make sense to me either. I really strongly feel that there's other people involved in this, period. I can't let that go. Right, Kelly. And that's what I was saying with Crime and Justice when she was up here. Somebody that is going to self-inflict something on themselves to be done with life. I'm going around saying it because we don't like to say that here. But if somebody's going to do that to unalive themselves, they're already in pain. They're in emotional and or mental pain, some of them physical pain. They're not going to cause themselves traumatic pain like that at the end of their life. They want to get away from the pain. They want to get away from what causes their pain. So they're not going to give themselves the most painful way to be done with it. It's not going to happen. People do not light themselves on fire, guys. They don't do it. Not on purpose, okay? So it's not, I can't follow it. I can't. Yeah, women typically will do the medication route. Some of them have done a noose per se. They typically don't use firearms or knives or things like that. A lot of times they will do the razor blades or something sharp with their wrists. Statistically speaking, okay. This is not fitting of what a 60-year-old almost woman would do in her life. It doesn't make sense at all. Certain antidepressants will make you think. Yeah, that's a fact. That is a fact. My sister and my daughter both were taking things like this that caused them to think that way. My daughter specifically scared the hell out of me. And I was like, listen, you need to go talk to your doctor and get your medication changed. That's when this started. That's what this is about. And I'll be damned if as soon as she took her off of it within 2 days, her head was clear. She put on something different. It just didn't work with her. So, and that's scary because these medications are supposed to help us, not hinder. And they cause these problems, guys. They do. There's a, what the hell is that called? Chantix is a stop smoking medication they give you. There's a lady here that I went to school with, that took Chantix and ended her life while she was taking it because it caused this crazy thing to go on. And she had been telling her doctor about it. And, as she started it, within a couple of days, it started causing weird dreams and all sorts of other things to happen. And she ended up doing it. And she had warned her doctor, this is what's going on. He said, well, you're almost done with it. Just finish it out. And that's what happened. That's bullshit. So you got to be careful what you're taking. And if you feel different immediately, you contact your doctor or just stop taking it. I don't care what it is. If it does something like that to you, get off of it now. Period. So, anyway, back to this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm rambling again. Exactly, Lisa. I feel 100% I agree with you.
Hi, my name's Amanda Bearden, and I filed a missing persons report on my mother last night, yesterday at TK, and I was just wondering if maybe I could speak with the detective that's been assigned to the case. Do you have any further information? I sure do. I mean, do you want the case number? I mean, I the case number so I can look it up that way.
That's Debbie Collier's daughter calling 911 with some additional information after they reported her missing. This is before her mom was found. How about the family? Let's bring back in our guest, Joy Purcell, publisher, reporter, nowhabersham.com. Please check it out, folks. A lot of information about this case. Joseph Scott Morgan with us and Bobby Chacon. Joy, how about the family members? Have they all sort of been accounted for that day? Do investigators know what they were doing, where they were, et cetera? Do we know?
Well, it's our understanding that the local investigators have pulled back from their investigation of the family members, of course, because Amanda Bearden received the Venmo payment that was attached to that cryptic message. There was a lot of question about her and any potential involvement because of the money that she received. This family has undergone a lot of scrutiny, a lot of intense scrutiny. It's been a very challenging situation for them beyond the loss of their wife, their mother, their grandmother. They're having to undergo the suspicions that have been cast on them. But as I said, it is my understanding, again, speaking through those close to the investigation or with those close to the investigation, that they're pulling back from looking at the family members as potential persons of interest or suspects in this case. There's a key development that has happened since we last spoke, Benny, and there was a question as to the timing of this all. Investigators had narrowed the 2 to 3:19 p.m. during the surveillance in the Family Dollar store. It was at 3:17 p.m. that Amanda Bearden received the Venmo payment with that chilling message, "They're not going to let me go." We have learned, again, our sources are telling us that through subpoenaed phone records, they have determined that that message was sent from the parking lot of the Family Dollar store in Clayton, Georgia, which is where they know Debbie Collier was up until 3:19 p.m.
Right.
Apparently, there was also another text message sent from her phone, a simple "I love you" to her son, which didn't go through, but was recovered when they got the records. And then at 3:19 p.m., she exits the parking lot. Her phone goes silent, and approximately 22 hours later, she was found dead in the woods about 12 miles away.
All right, we have about a minute left. Based on this information, Joseph Scott Morgan, what does it have you thinking right now?
Well, again, my default position is always return back to the science. I want to see the autopsy report. I want to know how extensive her injuries are. It's been very vague relative to, they had a focal area of burning they keep referring to in the abdomen. And again, back to what Bobby was saying about self-immolation, it's one of the rarest forms of suicide that exists. I think I may have handled 3 in my entire career. And generally, there was a severe psychotic break that had taken place relative to that. And that would mean that gas would be all over the body, the accelerant would be. So for me, I'm waiting for the records.
All right. We are out of time for tonight, but thank you all so much. Joy Purcell, nowhabersham.com. Joseph Scott Morgan down there at Jacksonville State University. Bobby Chacon, former FBI special agent, screenwriter, and attorney. He does it all. Thank you all so much. We'll see you again really, really soon.
And there it is, everybody. So, Yes, thank God there was no water for sure. Um, I ouch. Hold on, everybody. I'm sorry. I don't. Does anybody? My phone is missing, so we can't do a call-in thing. But on this scenario, that is where I started to think that um, maybe it was possible that she did want to do this because she sent a message to Jeffrey, also her son, saying, "I love you. Good morning, brother David. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, as always, bro. Good to see you." Maybe with that message going and the other message going, I put that together with the thought that if she wanted her life insurance policy to pay out, she had to make this look like it wasn't a self-inflicted scenario. As sad as it is to say that. Welcome, Linda. Good to see you. That there's very possible that that's what happened, guys. And maybe she was trying to get rid. She had to. I don't know. Here's my thing. Okay, maybe she drove up there because it was not around her area to stay away. And people that she knew were in her area and they would have seen her doing this, whatever. Maybe the whole fire thing was that she was going to sit out there and, build a fire in the woods. It is a little bit worrying, Schmooby, I agree. And maybe that she was trying to build a fire to stay warm and she was just going to take her pain medication or some medication and go to sleep sitting by this fire. But at the same time, she was trying to make it look like something happened, like she was abducted maybe, and that's where they're not going to let me go thing came from. You know what I'm trying to say, guys, with this? And like I said, she probably knew that a life insurance policy would not pay out if it was self-inflicted. That does make sense, okay? I do get that. It's still very hard for me to follow this, but I'm just saying that in that sense, I could follow along with it a little bit, okay? I was thinking about that yesterday. And then she sends her daughter this money. Maybe that was kind of a hint, maybe. I know it sounds kind of dumb, but it's very possible. I would just think that she would have left a note to her family that, in this situation, I would imagine that she could have left a note to them saying, don't let anybody know this is what I was doing, especially not the insurance company. But I love you all. I think this is just the better way to deal with things. Good morning or afternoon, Jules. Good to have you here. Every time you're here, you're working. I can never get you up on my panel. We'll do it one of these days. Someone posted that was about getting time off of work for a vacation or something. Not sure how they would know that. Yeah, I agree, Squirrel. I don't either. Maybe she did. That's why Amanda looks sketchy. That's very possible, Lisa. It is. That's like I said. Now, reasoning, motive for doing this. There was an argument the night before, okay? From the very beginning of this case, I have had Steve on my list, and he keeps going up and down the list, okay? Steve just looks like he's mean. Every picture I've seen of him, he does not look like a nice person. He doesn't look like a happy person. Jules says, Squirrel, I heard that too, but I don't know if it's real or not. They are trying to say she was off that full week, but again, I haven't seen confirmation, I don't think. And I know if we contact her job, they're not going to tell us, guys. They're not. But yeah, Steve looks very mean. And the fact that they have all of their accounts are combined accounts, like he doesn't trust her. The Facebook accounts, I think everything was all combined, including the Venmo account. Okay. He just looks like a mean, irritated old guy that does not want to be bothered with shit. Now, I'm sure Amanda, being the way she is, probably made things harder for them. You know, people are good at making their relationships look great if they need to. We don't know what went on. He could be abusive. You know, I started thinking that when they showed that picture of her with that whole bruise and where she supposedly fell and hit her face, that doesn't look like a fall to me, guys. It looks like either she was shoved into something or somebody hit her with something, period. That's how I took that. But that's me, okay? So, Debbie could have just been tired. She was going on 60 years old and was tired of fighting with Steve because of her daughter. She couldn't change her daughter. This is who her daughter was, and being a mother, she loved her daughter. And she's got basically probably was thinking, you know, I'm never going to stop helping my daughter. He wants me to. I'm not going to do it. We're never going to get along. That's actually a good, I was going to say that, Lisa, but I figured you guys would laugh at me. But I was really thinking that right there, that the 2385 was a big, yeah, to Steve. Like, you know what? Fine. Here, Amanda, take all the money I have in my Venmo account, and Steve, you can kiss my ass. Right, the financial stuff I get, Squirrel, but like this, the social media stuff should not be. Each person should have their own separate social media accounts, unless she did it to help him along with it. I can understand that, but he just seems very okay. The 911 call, where Steve calls 911. We all, and I know Jules is going to agree with me on this, okay? 100%. We all, when we heard that, heard him when he said, yeah, that's a good question. We heard that, and every one of us went the same direction with that. I know we did. Yep. That's kind of a good point right there, too. Jules says, I'm wondering if it was like a deposit for somewhere so that they could get out of Steve's rental. I don't know. I have all kinds of thoughts now. I know we're all over the place with this. I want to see the autopsy, guys. We really need to see that in some senses. Okay. Right. And that's the other one too. His answer about the credit cards and her having no other money at all if he didn't know about it. You know, him making the comment in the beginning of the investigation, well, she wasn't supposed to go anywhere today. Why? She was supposed to go grocery shopping. Okay. He seems very, very controlling, you guys. Okay. And some people can only take that for so long. And Steve's son, that's estranged from his own father, made a comment via Facebook, I think it was, about, well, something along the lines, I'd have to look at it again to give you exact words, about them getting, the day they got married, about, well, they're going to do it, or something like that, and we'll see how this goes, or something in that realm, okay? He just seemed doubtful of it. What I'd like to do is I'd like to hear Amanda and Jeffrey talk about Steve, or anybody for that matter. We need to know about Steve. I want to know who Steve Collier is. And you notice that nobody has said anything. That's why I put out the email to Debbie's sister, Diana, in regards to seeing if she knew who Steve was and if she had any, you know, I can understand somebody hiding their relationship because it's embarrassing, I'm sure, but that's her sister. Maybe she talked to her sister about how their relationship was. You know, that would help with this a lot. I did hear stuff about that, which is interesting because they were together for like, what, almost a decade. They were together for 9 years before they got married, and then they got married. So 18 years they've been together total, I believe. Exactly, Jules. That's the point that I was trying to get at with that, honest to God. See, we should work together on these things, Jules. That's why I'd like to have you up here. We have a lot of the same thoughts on a lot of different things. But you got to work, and I understand that's important. Just an observation. When she walked into the store, she wasn't walking like in pain. She would have had to be jacked up on pain meds, I'm guessing. Come on, Talks. I'm sure she had something in her system. If she was jacked up on something, she'd have been completely different, though. She would have been out of it. She would not have been able to probably function if she had a bunch of stuff in her. I've seen a lot, of course, have shared social media. There is a meme about the Facebook one asking who effed up because they have to be combined. Right. I'm telling you. I don't see Debbie being the one that wants the combined Facebook account. I don't see her being that way for whatever reason. But him, yes, I can see that. He just comes off as that guy. I don't know what it is. Every picture, even the Christmas picture that we looked at, guys, I showed you guys, I think, where she's standing next to him and she's holding her dog by the Christmas tree. He looks like he wants to burn the Christmas tree down. She looks happy. It's fake, probably. She looks happy, but he's the Grinch. He looks like he wants to shove the Christmas tree up somebody's ass. I'm sorry. Not a happy person for whatever reasons. And it shows. Every picture he's taken with her, he hasn't smiled one time. No, right. Thank you, Jules. Not one damn smile. Not even a smirk. That dude looks like the executioner or something. It's crazy. This is an unhappy guy. Very unhappy. For whatever reasons, he's unhappy, but he's unhappy. I mean, it could be Squirrel. I've not seen it too often, but it does happen. I know that. Thank you, Life and Love. Yes, we had heard about that. Richard Allen was booked into Carroll County Jail Friday in connection with the Delphi County murder investigation. I hope we get some real answers out of this, guys. I really do. That's good news. I don't think so, Raynona. I don't think that's the case. Listen, I have teeth issues. You guys know that. But you can do that. You can fake it. You can do something. Yes, he does, Squirrel. No, he does have resting bitch face. I have resting bitch face. But this dude is like hardcore. Like, he scares me. Literally. Like, standing next to her. Every picture he takes, though, it's like he's burning people's brains with his eyes. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it does, Lisa. It does. So, my theory on this is if they're going to go with this whole self-inflicted scenario, I get it. I don't like it, but I get it, okay? That's true too. And I can't see him as being somebody that wouldn't do that, okay? He's just dark. She's right. She's 100% right, guys. And I've thought that from the beginning. The dude's the first time I pulled up that one picture of him standing next to the Christmas tree with Debbie, I was just like, whoa. This is not a nice person. And he's a big dude. Big dude. Steve is a big dude, period. Okay? Now, I can't see him physically doing something to her in this case, but he's got money, guys. Just like Jules just said, he's got money. It would not be hard to find some crackhead or somebody around there that, would take $50, $100, $150, $500, whatever it is, to go do something to help out with this scenario, if he wanted to do that. Yes, we saw that, Kenny. Thank you. Thank you. Right, he did. He towered over her. And he was intimidating to me as a man, you know what I'm saying? Steve Collier is a big dude. No lie. So, like I said, if we have to go along with the self-inflicted scenario, that's the way I would do it, guys. That's the only way I would do it. Let's see here. Let me bring something up. Hold on a minute, everybody. Oh, absolutely. Women can definitely be aggressive. And I was going to say that too, Jules. Like, he just so happened to be gone that day, conveniently. And I'm not saying that he wasn't supposed to do that on a regular, but it also could have been something that was set up to be that way, if you know what I'm saying. 1 second, everybody. Sorry, guys. He seems super controlling, so he had life insurance. Yeah, absolutely. And then have her go take things to a homeless person. I swear something about this. Debbie didn't do this. I got the feeling he did do this alone. I agree, Kenny. He had her take things to. Did he do that or did he not do that? That whole, and then to have her take things to a homeless person. Yeah, where did that come from, Molly? Just asking. And being that Steve does own property and this and that and everything, he probably knows a lot of people, guys, I'm sure, and he works for the football team, all that stuff too. Let me throw that away. He does know people, but yeah, it's hard for me to go with too. The accidental thing, yes. 1 second, everyone. Okay. My son found my phone, everyone. Praise Lord. So that's kind of back to normal. Thank you, son. And yes, the couch ate it, everybody, completely. It was just in a part of the couch that it shouldn't have been, so that didn't make any sense. You know what? I don't know, Lisa. That's a good idea, though, to look at his renters. I would think that they would look at everything, but then again, this is law enforcement we're talking about, guys. So, in the way that things have been handled, I don't know. No problem, Lisa. We'll be here. Yeah, once my phone gets charged here, guys, because it was dead, I'm going to go ahead and drop the number up here. If anybody wants to call in and talk about it, I would love it. I would appreciate it. Because we do need to talk about it. For sure. Oh, man. It's a weird scenario. Is everybody lurking? Well, there's 30 people in here, so that's pretty okay. For now, though, guys, throw your comments in chat. Let me know what you think. I'm curious. the whole flash fire thing, I can get that. I figured that out. Okay. Now that they're saying that they found pieces of a gas receptacle or something there, I get it. The accidental part of it, I get that. Maybe she was trying to start a fire and it backfired or something screwed up, and that's where the flash fire came from, which is what burnt her stomach. So I'm thinking either she was holding or she was sitting down around the gas can or whatever you want to call it, and that is how that happened. That's all I can think of. I know how a flash fire will affect this person, and I know what it can do. If it blew up, it would have burnt her in that area alone, which is what it looks like it did. But once it's gone, that there's nothing for that fire to, I think that's why the shirt was off. I think it caught onto her shirt. She tried to take it off and tried to get down to the water, possibly. And the inhalation could have caused a cardiac infarction as well, which is a heart attack. Sorry, I don't know why I'm talking that way. You guys don't need to hear that. But yeah, that is very possible too. I don't think so either, Molly. I don't think it was an intentional thing. I'm having really hard time with that. I really am. Fight or flight kicked in, right? Yeah. I love the pumpkin there, Thought Criminal. TC. Gotcha. Let's see. Here's another scenario. Okay, there was another car there. I promise you that. Okay, this is my other problem with this. I don't know if anybody else picked up on this. Jules, anybody? There was another car there, guys. Period. Okay. The way that Debbie parked her van, there was another car sitting in that spot. That's why she parked like that. Otherwise, she'd have pulled straight in. If there was no other vehicles there, she'd have pulled straight in. She wouldn't have pulled off to the side at an angle like she did. Okay. Now, who was that other car? Who was there? Who was she meeting? Maybe she was having an affair. I know this is reaching. Maybe she was having an affair. Maybe she was going to meet this person for lunch and was going to start a fire and they were going to sit and talk or whatever. It's a nice little area to do that in. Okay. And it backfired. The person got scared that she was meeting, left, took the food, if there was any. If she got it, maybe she sat at Chick-fil-A and ate herself. I don't know, but oh yeah, I definitely noticed that one, Jules. If you look at the way the van's parked, she came in at an angle. She did not go straight in. There's a reason why she did that. There was another vehicle sitting in that spot. That's why she had to park that way. It was kind of weird. Let me see something here. I wanted to do this for you guys anyway. Yeah, there was definitely another car there. Exactly, Jules. That's exactly what I was saying. Like there's somebody else that is there. Everybody's missing somebody else. There's another person that is being completely missed. Period. I want to know who. Yeah, people self-immolation, right? It just doesn't happen though. She pulled in after they did. That car was sitting there waiting for her. She pulled in, which is why she was at that angle. And then what happened? That's what we need to know. That's why I was saying I would love for passerbys and other cars that we're going back and forth to come forth and say, "Hey, I saw this car there with that car." That would be perfect. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it, Squirrel. I get it. It could have been. That's why I wanted to say it was one of her, Amanda and or Andrew. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I got so many things running through my head with this. I want certain answers for certain reasons, and we're not getting them. We're gonna hear this again, though. I want you guys to hear the tone of his voice. Okay. I know we've heard it before a couple times. Is it gonna give it to me or not? Share it. Oh, I'm definitely right about there being a car there, though. I know that much at least. Because again, there's no other reason for her not to pull straight into that spot. End of story. Yeah. That's a good point, Squirrel. I like the way you said that, though. All right. Let me know if you guys hear this real quick.
Yes. Came home. My wife wasn't home. Her driver's license still in there. The rental car's gone, and her daughter's here. And we were kind of worried about what's happening and where she's at. I was wondering if you could send somebody over here.
Okay. Does she have any medical issue? Does she have like Alzheimer's or something like that?
No. She's 59 years old. No, she has no medical issues, something like that. And according to her daughter, who went up and her purse is still here with her driver's license. The only thing is the phone is gone, and she sent her daughter a text about 2 hours ago saying they won't let me go. Whatever that means, we don't know. And I've been gone all day parking cars for the football game and all, and that's where we at.
What's your address, sir?
435 Rocky Drive, Athens, Georgia.
You said 435 Rocky Drive?
Yes, it's right next to Sandy Creek Park.
First of all, he does not sound worried, nor does he sound upset. That's the one thing I did notice about this immediately. But that's just me.
Okay, so she sent your daughter a text message saying that
My stepdaughter.
That they won't let her go.
Yeah, she's got a text message saying that.
And it come from her number, right? What's your name, sir?
Steve Collier.
Spell your last name for me?
Collier.
And your wife's name?
Deborah. Deborah. We call it Debbie, but it's Deborrah.
Same last name?
Collier, yes.
How old is she? 59?
59. She just turned 59.
You just returned home, right?
Pardon me?
You just returned home, right?
Yes, I just returned home. I was parking cars until about 4:30, and when I came back, the van that she had rented because the car was in the shop was gone. I figured she was shopping for food.
Okay. So and her car is there?
Pardon me? Her van's not here.
Okay. But her driver's license and what else is there?
Right. Her driver's license is here.
What else did she leave? With a purse or anything else?
She left her purse, and her credit cards are here.
When was the last time she was seen?
Well, I left at 9 o'clock. She was still sleeping. So, last night. I mean, she went to bed last night, and I left, and the van was here.
So is your stepdaughter there though? I mean, did she see her today?
Pardon me?
Did your stepdaughter see her today?
Wait a minute.
You say a stepdaughter. Did she see her or?
Say that again. I'm trying to control a dog.
Okay, your stepdaughter. Did she see her?
No,
recently?
No, nobody has seen her. I was probably the last person to see her last night.
What time? You said 9 o'clock last night?
Yeah, about 9 o'clock we went to bed.
You left this morning, right?
Yes, at about 9.
I'm sorry. So did you see her this morning or last night?
No, I saw her last night at about 9 when she went to bed. And when I left, the van was here. And
so she was. You don't know if she was still there or not. You didn't see her this morning.
Right, except the van was still here, so I'm assuming she was sleeping.
What time was the message sent to your stepdaughter?
What time? About 2 hours ago?
About 2 hours ago?
Yes.
And it specifically said they won't let me go.
Pardon? Yeah, that's what the message said.
And that's all it said, right?
That's all it said.
And she was last seen driving, or she was driving her. What kind of car is that?
It's I don't know, because her car's in the shop, so the rental place on
The van that she was driving, will she be in, or you don't know?
no, I don't know. It's Enterprise. She went in a call from Enterprise. It's a Pacifica or something.
That's the car you saw this morning, though, right?
Yeah, the black van. Yeah.
It's a black Pacifica,
Yes, I'm pretty sure it's Pacifica.
and that's a rental car.
Yes, from Enterprise.
All right, I'm sorry. What's her birthday?
Deborah, Debbie, or her given name is Deborah.
No, her birthday.
D-E-B-R-R-A-H.
Her birthday, and she white female, black female.
Pardon me?
She white or black?
White.
How tall is she?
About 5'5".
How much she weigh?
About 150. 145, somewhere around there.
What color hair?
Blondish.
Would she be going to somebody's house, or?
That's a good question. I thought she was out shopping for food. Her daughter came over with that strange message, and then went upstairs to her bedroom and found out that her driver's license and credit card's still here. So that doesn't sound like her leaving the house to go shopping like I thought she was. She usually shops for food on Saturday.
So she don't have any money at all with her, or any other car?
Not to our knowledge. She has nothing.
But is her purse there?
Yes.
She left the purse as well?
Yes.
Does she have family here in town?
No, just her daughter.
Have you tried to call the hospitals and jails just to be sure?
No, I didn't think of calling the hospital.
Okay. Go ahead. Like I said, I got them on the way out there to you.
Okay.
Go ahead and call both hospitals after,
Okay.
and St. Mary's, and just check with the jail as well to make sure. And we'll have somebody come out there and talk to you.
Okay. I appreciate it.
And your phone number?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Okay. Bye.
Okay, you guys. So, Jules made a comment a while back. Sorry to reference you like that, Jules, but about the Louisiana dialect, okay, and when they sound irritated. I didn't catch it until she said that. I went back and listened after she had said that then, and she's right. He sounds like he's aggravated, okay? And the way that he's talking about it, I would have been, thank you, Daisy, I see that. I caught that after she said that, and I was like listening to it because the first time I heard the call, I was like, okay, well, whatever. He's just calling 911. It is what it is. Blah blah blah. Yeah, no, I caught it then. I see exactly what she was talking about, and it was just kind of like I would be more worried sounding. I'd have been a spaz. Like, where the hell is my wife? You know, my God, this dude sounds kind of like she better be where she says she's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he said that, but that's the tone he had. Like, she better not be at somebody else's house. That's a good question. You know, things like that. Can you guys hear me? You probably typed that before it was unmuted. Sorry about that. I don't know. There's just something about the way he sounds, and I don't know. Yeah, right. I get it, Jeej. I get it. I don't know. I don't know. That was enhanced audio. Let's see. 911 call. Let's see. Yeah, I think we need to know more about Steve personally. I really do. You know, he wasn't my number one. He wasn't my number two. He wasn't my number three. He was still on the list, and he still is on the list. And now that this came out like this, he's probably number three now. Okay. I don't know, hon. I don't know, but my system sucks sometimes, so that could be why. Um, I don't know what to think with this. I don't know. I feel that way too, Joy. Something in some way. And that's what we need to know, Jeeves. Like, I think that, like I said before you jumped in here, I made a comment. I said, if we have to go with the self-inflicted thing, if she did this to herself, then the only way I'm okay with it is thinking that Debbie, knowing if she had a life insurance policy, knowing that it would not pay out for a self-inflicted death, that she had to make it look like somebody took her, somebody did something to her, which is why she sent the message stating they're not going to let me go, and was doing this to herself to pay out for whatever reason. We don't know a motive yet. It doesn't make sense. And then that way her insurance policy would pay out to whoever the person, maybe being her daughter, was. See, if we could get a hold of that kind of stuff, that would tell a lot. It would speak volumes, guys. It really would, in my opinion. But we don't know that. So, and that's right there is a good point, Squirrel. It's very possible. If he set this up, he did it on purpose this way. Okay? That's why he made the comment she wasn't supposed to leave the house all day. He made sure he was seen on camera all day long there. Perfectly clear. And then the whole thing with Amanda being the way she was, you know, maybe she didn't have anything to do with it. Daisy says, you know, she was a blubbering mess. That's very good point, you know. Yeah, I got you, Raynona. See, that's why I had asked if, you know, maybe Debbie had something to do with Andrew's mother going to prison, you know. I mean, I don't really feel that strongly about that, but that's possible. Yes, that's a very good point right there. And police should be looking into those kinds of things too, Jules. But that if it was not a regular thing, that speaks volumes, guys. If he did not normally do this type of a thing for the football team and stuff like that, that would speak volumes. Volumes upon volumes, I'm telling you. Right, no, I get it, Daisy. I get it. Well, they're saying that it's very possible that it was she self, as Jules puts it, self-oofed herself. They're going with that in that direction, Jeej. That and accidental. I don't know. I can't feel it. I just can't, you guys. It's driving me nuts. Like I said, in the very beginning, law enforcement said there is no way, shape, or form that this is a suicide and or a abduction. And then they said that this was not random. It was personal. Okay. What's the deal? I mean, it's crazy. Very crazy. Give me 1 second, everybody. Targeted and personal. Right. It's a complete 180. Complete 180 from where they were at. Now, again, law enforcement likes to drop the ball in a lot of these situations. Again, I think we have another one here, just like Dylan Rounds, just like Kylie Rodney, all of these other cases we've done where the law enforcement drops the ball. But what, like, I don't know. I wish her sister would get back with me in a really bad way. That way we could get some info. Did Debbie have any history of mental illness? Did she have any history of depression or anxiety, or do you know anything about how her and Steve's relationship was? Is Steve the controlling asshole that he looks like he might be? We already know how Amanda is. You don't have to talk about her. But what's the scenario with Jeffrey? Did Debbie act like a happy person? All of these things we want to know, and I have not heard back from her yet. And I don't even know that I will, guys. I would love to. I think it would be an awesome scenario. I think it would help a lot. At the same time, I'm sure that law enforcement has already done this, but that's them. Let's see here. Didn't the FBI offer their help in this case? And why in the world would they offer their help for this to end up an accident or dealing this to herself? You're right. That's a good point, Jules. That really is a good point. Damn, I never thought of that. Why would they do that? Yeah, they don't typically step in unless it's something they think that they need to handle. That's a good point, Jules. A really good point. Thank you. Thank you. The Dago phone's alive, guys, and all its loud, irritating noise. Oh, it's going to go nuts now. Watch, because it's been shut off for so long and dead. Good Lord. Or if they asked and the dude at the first press conference definitely said they offered. I don't know, just odd. It is odd. No, you're right. There's no question about it. It's very odd. I'm going to do this again, just in case just for this shits and giggles. Hold on. What are we doing here?
Lots of speculation about this case over the last several weeks. This was the first opportunity for reporters to go face to face on the record with
Let me know if you can't hear
it. What happened to Debbie Collier, found partially nude and burned on the side of this road, according to investigators, it's clear.
We have not changed our thoughts about this being a homicide. We believe that this act was deliberate and personal. There is no information or evidence to this point that shows that this was something random, that there was something that was not from somebody that she either knew or somebody who she had some association with.
So they must trace Collier's steps. This is a new snapshot from the day before her body was discovered. Her vehicle traveling northbound on Georgia 15 on September 10th around 2:15 p.m. in the direction of the Clayton Family Dollar, the place she was last seen alive. You can see her buying various items around 3 that afternoon. Investigators have new video of her walking out of the store back to her car.
And found that she stayed in that parking lot an additional 10 minutes. From that 10 minutes at 3:19 p.m., she leaves the parking lot and begins to head southbound on Georgia 15.
Keep in mind, this is around the same time Collier's daughter, Amanda Bearden, says she received a Venmo payment and a note from her mother saying, quote, "They are not going to let me go. Love you."
We're still waiting more information that we have requested to confirm or deny where the Venmo was sent from, but we can confirm that Amanda did receive the Venmo. I'll tell you straight up, right here as far as this investigation goes, it seems like once we get on track with something, like a curveball comes in out of nowhere.
Again, we may be several weeks away from learning autopsy results. So investigators say this case is a marathon, not a race. In Clarksville, Kevin Stewart, Fox 5 News.
There have been twists and turns in this case. We want to break down the timeline for you.
Collier was first reported missing September 10th. That's the day she was seen buying items, including a blue tarp, a red tote bag, paper towels, a torch lighter, and poncho from a Family Dollar. Her last known communication was sending her daughter more than $2,000 on Venmo with a cryptic message. Her body was found a day later with the items she bought the day before. 3 days later, on September 14th, deputies served a search warrant at Collier's daughter's home. A week later, the sheriff's office reveals that investigators have found no evidence of either a suicide or a kidnapping. And today, investigators say her death is, quote,
Okay. Again, they're saying it here again. No evidence of a suicide or a kidnapping. Okay. Why did they automatically just switch that way? They've been saying this the whole time. Now, here's something else, guys. Let me ask you this question, okay? Seriously. We'll just say, for instance, oh my God, with this phone. I'm getting another phone, you guys, just so you know, because no matter what I do, it does this. It's doing this right now because it was turned off and it was dead. So that's why it's getting all this. So please excuse it. I'm sorry. All right, let's go with the self-oofing, as Jules put it. By the way, I love that. Yeah, I'm checking right now. Geej, hold on. Sorry. Yes, it is working. Okay, we're good. We're good. Yeah, everything's working, guys. It's just going to make noise because it was off for a while. It was turned off at that point. We're good, guys. Thank you. Now it's ringing. Hello?
Hello there. How are you today?
Yeah, telemarketers are calling. Everything's working. Good afternoon, Miss Brandy. Thank you for being here, hon. All right, we're good to go. Jeej. And anybody else, thank you guys. By the way, if anybody has donated to the PayPal and or the Cash App, I appreciate you guys so much for that. Really, really do. Definitely can use it right about now. Again, any of the super chats, super stickers, any of that stuff, I appreciate that to no end, but I'm not going to get any of that until next month sometime if I get it. So thank you guys very much for that. Much appreciated. But my question I was getting ready to say was, if she was going to self-oof herself, we'll say, and in Jules' words, I love that again, why would she go buy all this stuff? Why did she go buy the tote bag and the rain tarp and this and that and everything else? That doesn't make sense to me either. And the tarp, what is she like? Maybe the tarp to lay on. Maybe I don't know. This is weird. It doesn't fit or make sense. Good God. Yeah, I'm getting all my. This is from last night, guys. That's why it's doing this. But you know what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go into settings and I'm gonna shut it all down, sound wise, and then we don't have to hear it anymore. Good Lord, what an annoying ass phone. And it's loud. There's no like I can put it on vibrate and it still will do it for whatever reason. I don't know why. Okay, media volume is down. Call volume. Ring. Notification. Silent mode is on. That's good. And I don't need the alarm. So we should be okay now. I hope. Okay. All right, guys. I'm sorry about that. All you guys. Please accept my apologies for my stupid phone. I know it's irritating. Got it from your Minecraft videos that you taught. Good stuff, Jules. Good stuff. I gotcha. Awesome. Yes, again, anybody that has donated to the Cash App and the PayPal, thank you guys so much. Very much appreciated, guys. Very much appreciated. It's definitely going to help right down at this point because it's well needed. Believe me. Believe me. StreamYards, internet, all that stuff is due. So anyway, so yeah, back to here real quick and
deliberate and personal.
all right, there we go. Yeah, the daughter is definitely doing drugs, that's for sure. It does. I know. That's why I'm about to change it too. It's really irritating to Doug. I know that. And I feel bad about that. And I just don't want it to irritate you guys as well. I'm sorry. Yep. It's all due. Got the bills to pay. So, oh, here it is. This is another thing I was going to show you guys real quick too. Just to prove a point that I was trying to make. This just really bothers me, you guys. This whole case bothers me. For whatever reason, it just bothers me bad. I don't get it at all. I don't know, and I don't understand where the hell the self-oofing thing came from either. Out of nowhere. Other than the fact that maybe they cannot come up with anything else. That's all I can think of. Am I still muted? I shouldn't be muted. Can you hear me? I'm gonna sing. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Can you guys all hear that? As horrible as it sounds? I know. Thank you, Jules. Okay. So, where are we at here?
The day after she went missing, a police report indicates her car was actually spotted there the day before she was found.
All right.
Law enforcement is working to crack this case, and Joe Whitley is walking us through some of the new
Can you hear this?
uncovered in the police report.
Deborah Collier was originally reported missing back on September 10th in Athens, Clark County. It was 60 miles away here in Habersham County, where her body was found burned. Now the sheriff's office is investigating her death. It remains a mystery who killed 59-year-old Debbie Collier and left her body in the woods off a rural Georgia highway. Only a stuffed bear, some flowers, and pieces of crime tape remained at the scene today. This morning, 11 Alive obtained a police report offering new details, showing Athens Clark County Police working with Habersham County investigators on September 11th to find Collier's rented minivan, which had been pinged using satellite radio. The report says the vehicle was unlocked and no one was inside. A police officer stated he saw the same vehicle there the day before around 5 p.m. The report states soon after the van was found, Collier's daughter later showed up to the scene emotional, begging for answers in her mother's disappearance.
Okay.
September 11th to find Collier's rented minivan, which had been...
Okay. Do you see it? Look.
Using satellite radio. The report says the vehicle was unlocked and no one was inside. A police officer stated he saw the same vehicle there the day before around 5 p.m.
No, that's not far enough. Hold on.
September 11th to find Collier's rented minivan.
Right there. Okay. Now, she came in off the road. See the angle? There was a car right here. Right here. She could have pulled straight up in, straight on, head on, right into that line, and she didn't. So there, who was in the other car? Who was it? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Seriously. That's a full-blown, she came in from the right-hand side, pulled up in there at an angle, got out, and walked back into the woods. Who was in the woods waiting for her, guys? Or was somebody sitting in the car waiting and they walked in together? Yeah, see? Like I said, anybody else, if there was nothing here, that's a perfect paved driveway right there. She'd have pulled straight in, head on, and she didn't. So I want to know who that other person was. If she did this to herself, who was the other person that was there with her when she did it? And if that's the case, if she did it to herself, then somebody else knows about it. They watched her do it. The police have not released that there was another car. That's the problem, Squirrel. But I know that there was another car there. We can tell by looking at it. I look for these little stupid things that nobody, really looks for. This is what I looked for. Why did she pull in like that? Or she had help. And Jules says she also made a whole U-turn, right, to get there. So that seems like that spot was deliberate. Or hella last minute for some oddball off the wall, make no sense reason. Right. But if it was last minute, she turned her phone off in the Family Dollar parking lot, correct? After she got that message. She turned her phone off. So how did she, if it was last minute, who told her to go there? And how did she know that? There was somebody else here. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what they say. There was somebody else here. That's why I'm having, one of the main reasons why I'm having such a hard time with this self-inflicted story. I can't, guys. There was somebody else here. And I want to know who. And the only person that has that answer is that person and Debbie. And Debbie's not going to tell us, unfortunately. So, yes, the crime scene tape would have been placed completely different. You're absolutely right, Lisa. That's what I'm saying. It's not random, guys. It's not random at all. So I cannot go with what they're saying. I can't do it. And I know I'm right on this one. Yep. Exactly. She still would have pulled in it, at least pulled in straight, Daisy. There was another car here. There was another car there, I'm telling you. I mean, you can't really see anything here. But the grass is depressed right here. So, to me, I'm just saying, manner of death will come back undetermined. I know, Schmooby. You don't have to rub it in. I already know. Believe me. I get it. And it's stupid because it's taking so long for it to come back undetermined. It's ridiculous. You know what? I thought that too, Daisy. I mean, again, guys, let's think about this. If Steve made her miserable, okay, again, another good reason to go way up here, away from where she lives at, so that nobody saw her meeting up with somebody if she was having an affair, because she probably knows everybody, and Steve probably knows everybody in that area there. So she drove an hour away to meet with this person. That way, nobody would see her, and Steve would not find out about it, unless he already knew about it. Maybe it was somebody she met on the internet, or somebody she thought she met on the internet, and maybe it was Steve. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Steve caught on to what she was doing, if she was talking to somebody, if she was on a dating site or something like that, and he found out about it, and he decided to meet her, or he set somebody up to meet her, and that's what happened. You know, I mean, I know this is reaching, guys, and it's kind of conspiracy-like, but I cannot accept this self-inflicted story. I can't do it. Ellie thinks black and white. Us creatives think outside the box. How can the cops not see? You can see from what video clear tire and press. Absolutely, I know. That's what I'm saying. Or confronting someone Steve was having an affair with. Regardless, there's no other way. There's no way another. Right, guys. I'm telling you. I know this. This is why it's bothering me so bad. Yeah, I know, Squirrel. You're right. Like I said, not Steve per se, but Steve. But Steve set somebody up to do this, or had somebody do this. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying that way. I don't know. My brain hurts again, guys. It's hurting. It's hurting. I know there's somebody else that was here. There was somebody else here. I'm telling you guys. I'll say it till I'm dead blue in face. I think her meeting someone she knew is possible, and that she may have been to that spot before. Agreed. She knew about this spot, guys. I'm pretty sure she knew about this. Now, here's the other thing, you guys. I know Amanda had drug issues for a long time. Did Amanda ever go to rehab? Do we know that? Because I couldn't find it. If Amanda ever went to rehab, maybe it was this rehab in this area. Maybe that's why Debbie knows about this area. Maybe she dropped Amanda off at rehab there, took Amanda to rehab, or picked her up from there sometime or another. And that's how she knew that this was a nice wooded area here, and it was, out of the way, and it was private, and or whatever. Yeah, it's very possible. If she was about to leave, he's be out money. This is his easy out. Well, I think the money that he has, Lisa, is his money. He has money. He has a lot of rental properties and stuff like that. But okay, if she was gonna divorce him, she could have taken everything from him. You know what I'm saying? If she was gonna leave him and divorce him, she's entitled to half. I want half. She gets half. Just ask Eddie Murphy. He'll tell you. Yeah, I know it's very hard, Jules. Very, very hard. Unless there's something. Yeah, exactly. But if Amanda was in rehab, she could have been to this one. If it's closer, it's within an hour of their home. So I don't know how many rehabs they have around there. So maybe that was the one, and that's how she knew of this area. Right. If Debbie was going to leave Steve, if she was sick of it, if she was tired of fighting with him about her daughter, tired of dealing with his miserable bullshit, tired of being controlled by him, maybe she was done. Maybe she was ready to leave him, and he knew, maybe he had all this stuff before Debbie, and he built it up on his own. She had nothing to do with it, and he's like thinking, this bitch ain't taking my shit. She didn't work for this. I did, and blah, 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 blah. And he said, I'm done. You're not taking nothing from me. I'll deal with it my way. Not to sound stupid, but that's what I'm saying. I agree, Lisa. I do. All I'm saying, you guys, the whole thing with my stream today is I'm telling you, there was another car here, right here. Okay? Right here. And there is somebody else involved in it, and I've never heard, unless that person's deceased as well, of somebody being involved in a self-oofing scenario. I can't accept it. I can't accept it. I can't accept it. I'm sorry. It's very possible. Now, here's the other thing to think about, too, though, is a lot of people, though, guys, would not know that this belongs to Debbie. It's a rental car. It's not her typical vehicle. So they're not going to see that vehicle and go, wait, that's Debbie. That's not how that's going to work in this scenario. I mean, yeah, Daisy, very much possible. This might be why Amanda came back so fast to help her. Maybe that's why they are scared. Maybe that's why they are scared. Someone needs to dig into Steve's old state. Right. I've been trying to, but I can't find a lot. I found a little bit about his. Actually, let me see if I still have this. I can show you guys just a little bit of what I got. 1 second. All right, let me see here. Is there a fly in here? Hold on, guys. Sorry. Didn't Amanda say she moved there to be closer to her mom and help her mom? Then we saw her use a card Steve didn't know about, then sent her all the cash. I'm wondering if A was helping B leave Steve. That could have been what the dinner was the night before with just those two. Very possible, guys. Very possible. Indiana Basketball Hall. So Steve Collier's from Indiana. One second, everybody. All right, I had something here. Where did it go, though? One second, everybody. Yeah, it's so weird that this just automatically jumps to the self-oofing scenario and accidental thing. And to me, all that says is that whoever did have something to do with this did do a very good job of covering it up, because that just means law enforcement can't find anything else and they're stuck, in my opinion, guys. That's all I can come up with in that aspect. The sad thing about this is Debbie seemed like she was a very sweet lady, very, very giving, very heartfelt, happy. At least she looked happy. Right, Lisa. Right. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's just really sad. It didn't have to happen. Another one that's, I mean, they're all senseless, but, you know. Did Steve have a son that played football? Stephen Collier is a quarterback from Leesburg, Georgia. I don't think so. I think that's just a coinky dink. I'm guessing that he had a clean background with the job he has. He has probably had to pass background and pod. Yeah, oh, absolutely, Squirrel. I agree with you. Making sure he's on cams all day. I have alibi. The unsub takes. I like how he said the unsub. Love it. Criminal minds. Criminal minds think alike. The unsub takes her driver's license, rental papers back to the house for proof of death. Yep. I agree. I'm sure she's been taken for granted her whole life. Seems like she probably waited on this man hand and foot, did whatever he wanted, Yes, Criminal Minds is the shit. I agree, Lisa. I've always loved it. Always loved it. Yes, those puzzle pieces fit. That's right. All I'm saying, you guys, and I'll say it again and again and again, there was somebody else there in the woods with Debbie when this happened. She was not by herself. I promise you that. I will promise you that, guys. I will promise you that. I guess we need to dig. I guess we need to get our shovels out and dig. We need to dig on Steve. I'm not comfortable with this. And I can't be comfortable with this. And I want to know what the fight was about the night before. I do. And I want to know who it was. I'm starting to wonder if it was Amanda and her. I really am. Yeah, we're going to have to, Squirrel. We have no choice. We're going to have to wait on the autopsy. I'm going to do a little preliminary digging, I guess you could say. Nothing serious. And see if I can find anything on Steve at all. Just out of curiosity. It'll help with the picture a little bit, I think. But for the most part, yes, the autopsy is going to be the big teller. And I'm praying to God there's something in it. Bigger picture, same old story. Abused wife trapped by controlling narcissistic husband. Yes. Now I agree with you, Squirrel, in this sense. I don't know, anybody else that is curious to look at this, but as far as digging, I could see Jules probably digging a little bit. Is it possible? Where'd we go? Come on, my computer. I need to get my computer guy over here to clean my computer for me. Is it possible that maybe Steve had someone meet her and take care of her so he could keep his hands clean? Oh, absolutely, Brandy. I said that already. It's very possible. If that's the case, it's definitely a premeditated scenario. That's why Steve went and made sure that he was seen on cameras all day, like we had said. Daisy's correct. Steve could have gave her an ultimatum and said, hey, it's either your daughter or me. I'm done with it. You're going to stop giving her my money or our money. She's not living in my house anymore. I'm done. I don't want her around. Choose one. That could have been something to push her over the edge, too, guys, to go in the direction of the self-inflicted thing. And in that case, that's why she sent her the $23.85 to help them get their own place, like somebody else had said. And, I don't know if she did, make her, Amanda, the beneficiary of a life insurance policy or not. If that's the case, this could not be self-inflicted. We know that. Okay. Neighbor heard commotion at murdered Georgia mom Debbie Collier's house night before she vanished. See? Everywhere you look, guys, it's calling it murder. Murderers. The murderers. Debbie was murdered. Now all of a sudden it's not. That doesn't make any sense. You don't do that. And it just doesn't happen like that, guys. Something's different. Something's not right. And I really truthfully think that it's just because law enforcement does not have what they should have. And that's my speculative opinion, Yes. Where are you at, Thought Criminal? I want your opinion on this. You usually have good opinions and theories. This is so weird. The murdered Georgia mom found dead and naked in a ravine may have been involved in screaming and fighting at her home the night before she went missing, according to a neighbor. Daisy says, for sure. They had come from out of state and then they had a fight. They didn't have financial woes. So kids are next on the list. Absolutely. In the wise words of Miss Jules, yep, it's everywhere like this. If they are really changing their minds, then they better have the proof. I want the yes, that's it too, guys, right there. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you to sleep, Thought. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm boring, guys. I'm putting you guys to sleep now. That's not good. Oh my goodness, I don't mean to put you guys to sleep. Anyway, I know. I'm rambling. I can't let it go, though. I wanted to see, here's the other thing, and I know this sounds really morbid, but I wanted to see and I know I won't be able to. I don't think. I've tried to find ways to do it, but I can't. I wanted to see the burn pattern on Debbie's stomach. That's what I really wanted to see that, because I can tell by looking at certain things that I have info on and experience with, but I know I won't be able to see it. We definitely need the autopsy. I mean, in the end, that's the only other thing that we're going to have that's going to give us anything on this, guys, is the autopsy and the toxicology report. I'm not expecting too much to come from the toxicology, but definitely the autopsy. There was commotion coming from the house. A neighbor told the Post Friday night before Debbie disappeared, noting she frequently heard shouting from the Collier's home. Somebody comes up to visit on the weekends and in the evenings, and there's loud screaming and fighting, says the visitor. Was a young woman, Deborah or Amanda, I'm sure. I just don't know, you guys. It's not a big house either, so. Exactly, Lisa. That's why I'm thinking that statement there says it all. Okay? Whoever met her there is the person that had the gas. I'm telling you. That's why I know there was car. Right. Right. That's a good point, Miss Jules, as always. Frequently, but Amanda lived out of state until recently, so who was she arguing with all the time? Well, it says there that Amanda would come visit on the weekends. So, you know. Well, guys, that's really all I had. If anybody wants to call in, you're welcome to. If you want to talk about it via the phone, please do. I'd love to hear your voice. I would love to hear what you got to say. All I'm saying, guys, is I'm not letting this go. I can't let it go unless when we get the autopsy results, okay? I'll give you a promise right here. When we get the autopsy results, if it shows and says anything that even remotely resembles a self-afflicted situation, then I'll let it go. I will. I promise you that. Until then, I'm not. And if when we get the autopsy results, if it doesn't point in that direction, I'm definitely not letting it go, because it's bullshit. I'm tired of letting these crimes go unsolved, and I'm tired of letting them go just settling for whatever the situation law enforcement decides to settle for, and it's not true justice. That's my problem, because you guys know that's what I stand for, is real and true justice. And I'm tired of just settling. I'm tired of just saying, okay, that's what they say it is, so that's what it's going to be, y'all. Let's move on. No, I'm not down for that, guys. That's not what this is all about, and I do not agree with that, and I won't. So there's my problem. The facts will change my mind, as Jules just said, and nothing else, guys. Nothing else. I'm sorry. No, can't get on board. I'm not gonna ride the shut your mouth to move on train. I can't do it. It was hard enough to do with Kylie's case, and I still haven't done it, okay? Not doing it. No. I know I'm not wrong. I know I'm not. So again, if anybody would like to call in, please do. Tell us your thoughts, theories, opinions. I would love to hear it. 234-703-4047. Call me, guys. Talk to me. Give me your thoughts and opinions, please. Please. Tell me I'm not crazy. If nothing else, just call in and tell me I'm not crazy. That would help. That would definitely help, guys. Yep. You're right, Daisy. Law enforcement gets stuck on the dumb and then give up. You're right. Me too. This kind of bullshit in law enforcement is why my $60,000 criminal justice degree sits there collecting dust. It's all too corrupt and full of lazy bullshit. I agree with you, Jules. I agree with you. It's a waste. And the degree that I never got to get in criminal justice, that I've always wanted to have, just sits there and goes to somebody else, and it's still being wasted. If that made any sense. I'm just rambling again. Oh, I'm beyond bitter about that case, Lisa. You guys know that. Anybody that knows me knows I'm super, super bitter about that one. And I will be. I'm just not. I just can't. I can't accept it. I'm stubborn, you guys. I'm a stubborn-ass Dago. Hence the name, the Dago. Hold on, guys. I grabbed something real quick. Okay. Yep, you're right, Smoothie. I get it. Looks like the murder sheet is the reason why they found this Richard Allen. So another win for the true crime community. Right. Correct. Very correct. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Always good stuff with you guys. I love it. Oh my God. Wait a minute, guys. I found something. You ready? Hold on to your seats, guys. Seriously, brace yourself. Here it comes. That is almost a smile on Steve's face. Almost. She must have drugged him. Another neighbor said that Debbie and her husband Steve were reclusive. I think that is because that's what Steve wanted, personally. But look, yes, I was just making a joke. Actually, guys, it's not really that serious, but it is almost a smile. Breaking news. Steve Collier almost smiles, everybody. Almost. Shame on me. There it is. That's the answer. Lisa solved the case. He just had gas that day. That's all. Just a little bit of gas. It does exist. We found one where Steve does not look miserable and mean and does not have resting bitch face. So that's it, guys. All right, you guys. I think that's going to be it for today. I think I got my point across. I appreciate you being here, Jules, especially for this one, because I know that we had the same thoughts on this one. It was kind of, did you read my mind today or what? So I'm very appreciative that you showed up in here. Again, one of these days, I'm going to get you up on my panel, I promise. Maybe one of the evening streams when you're not working or something like that, because I do appreciate and respect your theories and opinions. I really do. I watch your stuff. Again, guys, if you haven't, please, if we could have one of my moderators drop True Crime Reactions with Jules, drop her link in the chat, please. Sub to her stuff, guys. She's very good at what she does. She's very passionate about it, just as much as I am, if not more. And again, I respect and appreciate everything she says. I have to finish. Thank you, Miss Brandy. I appreciate that, hon. I have to finish these reports and get home. School assignments out. Glad to have been here. And yeah, definitely get together. Yes, ma'am. I hope so. I hope so. Like I said, great work on everything you do. I follow all your stuff, Jules. You do great stuff. Guys, check her out. Sub to her channel. Give her some love. She deserves it. She does great stuff. I promise you. And of course, for those of you that haven't, which I know you all have, check out No Thanks with Mr. Doug, Crime and Justice, and Miss Lisa Bevan's channel Crimes Under Investigation. Sorry to do that to you, Brandy. I didn't mean to do that. But check them out, guys. All of these people, me included, I think we make a really great team. We all work well with each other. We all work together. We all have the same passion for the things that we're looking into, you guys. We want justice, and that's it. And just as much as you guys do. And I think you guys are great people, beautiful people, and I appreciate every one of you guys, as do all of us. I promise you that. And again, thank you, Jules. There it is. There it is. There's her link, guys. Sub up to her. Check her out. She deserves it. Oh, and I love having you here as well. Thank you so much, my dear. I appreciate it. Yes, that's what I'm going for. Positive energy, relaxation, and everybody gets along so very well in here. I love it. I have a great family in here, and I love it. I do. I love you guys. You know that. So once again, everybody, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for what you do for the channel. Not criminal. Yes, that's a fact. That's a fact. Thank you guys for what you do and have done for my channel. I appreciate you guys so much. I love you guys for that. No lie. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'm sure I'll see you somewhere out on the tube. And don't forget, guys, to love yourselves, love each other, because that's all we got. Have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Justice for Debbie Collier. Justice for Dylan Rounds. Justice for Quentin Simon. We need justice for all of these cases, guys. And you guys will be the ones that do it. I know you will. If you push the narrative and make sure it can. Love you guys. See you soon. Have a great day.